Why do dogs get stressed when traveling? It seems to be really common in a lot of dogs, and is it is it tied to something? Is there something that happens on every trip that is causing the anxiety?
Well,
What are your thoughts on that?
I think you have to look at the individuals because every dog's a little different, every breed's a little different, and even within the breeds, you're going to get variations, just like you will in personalities, and different things will trigger anxiety in dogs that will, and just like in people, different things, one thing that triggers anxiety in one person won't necessarily trigger it in another. Same with dogs. And so some of the anxiety is good anxiety because they're excited about going in the car. They get to go with mom, over car ride, so some of it, it's a really cool experience, and there's excitement and anxiety, which is a good anxiety, but it still sometimes gets them wound up, and then you get the panting and the whole thing. So, and then there's those that have true anxiety, whether we don't, and we, it's kind of like asking your dog if they have a headache. We don't know exactly what they're thinking, but I can tell you some of it would be physical manifestations. So if they get car sick, that can definitely do it. And dogs aren't dummies. They know when you turn that corner to go to the vets or to the groomer or wherever they don't like going, they know where they're going. Or if you turn the corner to go to the dog park, they know the difference, right?
So true.
Yeah. So, they're not stupid. And, that can create its own level of anticipatory, type of anxiety, whether good or bad. So, some dogs, I almost feel like they get claustrophobic, and they don't like the closed in spaces. So a dog that doesn't like a crate may not like the car, but that's not always true. Sometimes it doesn't matter whether they like the crate or not. So, it can vary. It can depend on stability. Some of them don't like the fact that they, might get tousled around. So I think there's just a lot of different things, and it's one of those that kind of watching what your dog does in the car will help you get some signals as to what is causing the type of anxiety that dog's experiencing. If they're nauseated, they're going to be often they're drooling, they're panting, and restless. So that's one thing and then some of them will outright, obviously, vomit and get very sick. So